Hey everyone, and welcome back to the show. So this summer, the city of Williams Lake saw double the amount of tourists and visitors. In fact, we not only had the 90th Williams Lake Stampede, but we also had the 40th BC Elders Gathering that happened here for the first time in Williams Lake. Now, the community was more than excited for this huge opportunity, and it truly was a chance to showcase our beautiful city. Just days before the opening of the 40th BC Elders Gathering in Williams Lake, hundreds and hundreds of volunteers dedicated their time to make sure the much welcomed guests received the true Caribou-style hospitality.
Again, it's Williams Lake. We come out and support whatever we can. There's pins, there's brochures, there's fans, there's cushions, there's a cushion for everybody so that they have to sit on that hard seat all day. So it's amazing, yeah, the lineup with the volunteers, and we got a competition going on, see who can pack the most bags. Yay! Are you packing bags too?
People like helping people. You know, if you're a volunteer, you feel good. You feel like you helped somebody, you did something good for your community. You know, you got to think of J.F. Kennedy, what he said. Not what your country can do for you, but what can you do for your community? And this shows what you can do. You can make it a success and you can help others.
With some friendly competition, organizers, politicians, First Nations leaders, along with almost the entire community, rallied together to stuff nearly 4,000 bags. A welcome gift filled with everything from fans, water bottles, sage packs, and much, much more.
So we've got a pen, we've got a pin, like a Williams Lake cowboy hat pin. We've got a map, we've got a welcome to Williams Lake, like the actual brochure. Yeah, so there's a few things to, you know, sort of give the elders a sense of what we have in the Lake City and the surrounding areas, and then, you know, maybe check some of the stuff out.
4,000 bags all stuffed in just a few short hours, all because of the sheer amount of volunteers that participated.
I couldn't wait to come here today to start stuffing these bags because this is like so many people came out this morning. I was so happy to see all the people, and you know, we're getting it done, and the volunteers extraordinaire. It's all of Williams Lake here, and you know, we've had people come in from out of town just to volunteer for this as well.
It takes a community to host a community, so proud to be here. I don't think words can really capture the pride that we felt when you see the amount of the community that had come out to help. We're just overwhelmed with the community support.
Exploding with excitement and enthusiasm, the BC Elders Gathering is not only a chance to showcase the Caribou, but also to come together once again as a community.
Right now, just watching those volunteers come in this morning, helping out, like, I mean, it's our outside communities, like our native communities and our non-native communities here in Williams Lake. I was just so excited to see them get together like this and helping each other out. Like, I mean, just like they knew each other for a long time like that.
And even with all the negative press coming out of Williams Lake this year, volunteers are confident visitors will feel safe and welcomed in our city.
This year, I think, is our third or fourth big event this year after the Shrine Convention, and then we had Stampede, and now the Elders Gathering. It's just, we are getting so much positive response from people coming to Williams Lake. You see the bad stuff in the press, but that's not an indicator of what our community is. And when people come here, they totally understand and realize that.
Now, just a few days after the stuffing party, the 40th BC Elders Gathering finally kicked off. All the elders that participated were dressed up in their First Nations traditional attire for the grand opening, and it really did feel like a kickoff to a huge family reunion. Now, along with the ceremony, the visitors were also able to enjoy the Caribou culture, the cowboy culture that we have right here in Williams Lake. But the people of the city were also introduced to the First Nations culture.
With this arts and crafts, I believe it's the biggest possibly Williams Lake has ever seen, because there hasn't been a trade show in Williams Lake, and we have over 50 artisans from across BC, and we've been talking to visitors as they come through the door. We've met with people from Germany and Yukon as well, so this event is well attended and we've met so many people through the doors, and so many dignitaries has came to honor the elders at this event as well. So we're very thankful.
And speaking of important guests, the people of Williams Lake were honored to have some influential leaders visit our city during the BC 40th Elders Gathering. So I am standing here with the Grand Chief himself. Tell us, you actually came quite a distance to attend the 40th Elders Gathering here. Can you tell us where you are coming from today?
Well, actually, we left Penticton, our hometown, a few days ago. We drove from Penticton to Port St. John to participate in the 11th annual Paddle for the Peace. From there we drove to Williams Lake, 676 kilometers. We come to the Elders Conference every year. It's such an exhilarating, exciting, and uplifting experience to celebrate the incredible progress we've made as Aboriginal people over the last 40 years. Well, it's been really exciting. It's a wonderful opportunity to meet a lot of people I've met. I've been involved in the Indian movement, Indian politics for over 40 years now. So a lot of the elders that are here, we've spent time together at barricades, marches, rallies, meetings, and so on. So it's so good to see people.
And the amount of volunteers.
Yeah, there's hundreds and hundreds of volunteers that make this possible. It's a huge undertaking, a lot of hours in planning and organizing and so on and so forth to look after so many people, particularly elders.
So will you be coming back to Williams Lake anytime soon?
Yes, absolutely. I think we'll probably show up at the Stampede next year.
And while we look forward to the Chief's visit to Williams Lake next year, we couldn't let him leave empty-handed.
It's letting you know the host community is purchasing moccasins for the Grand Chief and his wife.
Tell us about these moccasins. You are from the Anaheim Reserve, but I understand that you make these all by hand.
Yes, all the moccasins are made by hand, and the knowledge was passed down to us by our ancestors.
Now these take quite a long time to make, and they're very intricate. How long does one take?
Depending on what kind of style you're doing. For example, the one that I have in my hand, the beaded pattern, so that would take more time than expected. The first batch I worked on was like probably in 1980s when my auntie showed me how to do it. And then I left it for a while. So it started to die down. So the last 5 years as in Elders, we got together and we brought it back up.
Vendors, organizers, and a whole lot of volunteers. They say many hands make light work, and the first Elders Gathering in Williams Lake is a prime example.
Like in the last week before the gathering, we had an overwhelming of support, like 100 volunteers signed up quickly, and we're very thankful for all the volunteers, or this event wouldn't be possible.
It's for our city to showcase what the city is about, who we are. You know, like, I mean, along with our First Nations and our non-First Nations people, like, you know, get them together somehow, live in harmony, and let's showcase who we are.
It's just, like, I can't say enough at how great it is to be part of a giving community.